Well, that was refreshing, guys. 15 minutes in an air-conditioned building was pretty great. It's already hot out here. It's probably 85 already. It's going to hit 90 today. So, yeah, that's not good. Mike, let me ask you something, though. We just finished Small World. I want to know your opinion. What do you think, Mike, of including the Disney characters in Small World?
I think it works at some, in some locations.
Yeah, I agree. For a long time, I was kind of against it because I'm a traditionalist and I like the way things were. But the more that they leave things in there and you get used to it, the more you get to accept it. But I always seem to notice, though, they do, the Disney characters kind of, they do stick out still. Yeah, because for one thing is, you notice when you notice that one of the characters looked like Alice. And then we were talking about how they all have the same face. That's one of the features of Small World. They did that intentionally, is they gave them all the same face. Different skin colors, I think, but other than that, it was all the same face. Whereas, though, the Disney characters do not have the same face. They have different faces, that aren't the traditional-looking Small World characters. So they stand out. They definitely stand out, and you can find them and spot them easily. I want to know, though, Fresh Baked. I know we've kind of touched on this a little bit before. Well, what do you guys think about it? It was kind of a hot topic when they first did that a few years ago. But time has passed. Usually, when that happens, you kind of things evolve and you forget what it used to be like. Because I'll tell you what, one thing that I know about your standard Disneyland fan, well, maybe I shouldn't say that. One thing I notice about my personal experiences, maybe that's more like it, is that we feel like today's Disneyland, sometimes I get caught in this, today's Disneyland is the way it's always been. Like you forget that right here, actually, this right here was a field of grass.
Yeah, it's just all grass.
It was just the hills, it was a place to picnic.
Yeah, there was no Pixie Hollow, it's just grass.
It's just grass, there was grass everywhere. Actually, it was a pile of dirt that they turned into a monorail. This is where they put some of the dirt that they used for construction, and they built a little hilly, grassy area. So we gotta we gotta let the park evolve and grow a little bit, and not hang on to that so much, I guess.
Did you hear about the announcement that they made?
What's that?
With the city of Anaheim.
Well, they haven't made that.
Well,
they're asking for it.
Right.
They're asking for it. I got a few people. Yeah, I got a few people hit me up on that. All this is talk. This is propaganda.
It's gonna happen.
No, it's propaganda. This is Disney saying, look, we'll give you more park, but you gotta help us out on this tax thing.
Well, yeah, because it's ongoing as it is. What they're asking for is a 30-year.
Right, they want to extend it. But all they've made is a promise. They haven't. There's no plans. There's no specs. Nothing has been done. Okay, and did you notice it also said no third park? They said specifically no third gate.
I did read one from the, I think, OC Register where it did say there's a possibility of a third gate.
No, there's no possibility, because Iger has come out and said there's not going to be a third gate. He has said it.
Maybe he changed his mind.
He hasn't changed his mind. Iger doesn't change his mind. Iger's a robot without a mind to change.
Star Wars Land.
We're going to get more Star Wars. We're going to get more Marvel, and it's going to be good. It's just not going to be, and it may even be its own land.
We might even get a Tron ride.
Look, you know who is getting a Tron ride?
I think it's the Tokyo or
Shanghai.
Shanghai, there we go.
Shanghai's getting a Tron ride. That's just so. I want a Tron ride.
I think.
You know what else I got? I got one more secret that I got to talk about. Well, not really a secret. It's more history. Okay, this isn't secrets and history. It's mostly history. But I do have a little tiny secret to show you, and then we're going to go show you some history in Fantasyland for Storybook Land. It's pretty neat, actually. Let's walk through Sleeping Beauty's castle here real quick. I want to show you guys something just on the other side of this little portal to Fantasyland. Hey, look, there's Mike. What we're going to look at right here is this clock. A lot of people have asked, what does this clock represent? Because it's always stuck on the same time. Right now, it's set for 4 o'clock. Well, I'm assuming that's 4 o'clock. I can't tell which is the minute hand and which is the hour hand. They look about the same size, so it's either 4 o'clock or 12:40. But in any case, people have asked why is it stuck at that time, and the reason is it's supposed to. I've actually asked Disney this, and this is what they have said. It represents the time in the story for Sleeping Beauty that the what do you call it? Hey, what do they call the the gals from Sleeping Beauty, the three.
Video, man.
Well, anyway, I can't remember what all their names are or what they're called, but the three fairies from Sleeping Beauty that did their little magic stuff on Aurora. Anyway, that was the time, either 4 o'clock or 12:40, one of those two, that they put everybody to sleep, so they would all wait for Aurora to wake up. And so time stopped at that point. And that's what that clock represents. Little minor piece of history. Plus, we've also got this giant hedgerow. I think the Germans are going to come out from the other side and attack us. No? I'm a World War II trivia buff, by the way, too. So when I see something like this,
I think they'll just give us beer and bratwurst.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we're going to be under attack here pretty soon. It's the Normandy invasion happening all over again in Fantasyland. Oh, it's a cast preview. Wow, dude, they're doing a cast preview when? No pictures, recording, or sharing experience via social media. Wow. So it's happening. It's all happening. Fresh Baked, there's totally Disneyland cast members riding Peter Pan as we speak. It's so close. It's going to happen. I cannot wait to film this and show you guys the before and after. And Mike just tried to pull the former cast member move, but that didn't work out. Casey Jr., another way to see Storybook Land, which is where we're heading. We're going to go to one of the most magical places in all of Disney. What's up, guys? All right.
Now, let's go!
So yeah, Storybook Land, which is where we're heading to, even though we're on Casey Jr., it is an original attraction. It's a what do they call that? Like an OG. It's a Godfather, but it wasn't always like we see it today, full of miniature, lands and wonderful little bushes and things of that sort. When the park first opened, well, we all know that they famously are known for having built Disneyland in a year, right? So that's a hard thing to do. And the way you do that is by cutting corners, of course. And so a lot of attractions and a lot of lands, Tomorrowland, for example, wasn't operating basically when the park opened. Storybook Land, like Tomorrowland, was also not, it wasn't even, to say that it wasn't complete is not doing it justice, because what it was nothing but dirt. It was dirt. It was called Canal Boats of the World, and none of this was here. It's pretty funny when you look back. Here's some photos of what this place used to look like. This dirt land. There was no grass, just nothing but dirt, and this guy right here who was just standing up in the boat for some reason. So what do you guys want to guess? Your canal boat drivers, the guides. What did they talk about when they were driving through or boating through the dirt canal boats of the world? What was their speech? And this is not even rhetorical. I'd really like to know, actually. What? I mean, that seems fascinating to me. What in the world could they have been talking about? Because there were skippers on these boats. Look how beautiful this place is now, though. And it's interesting because Canal Boats of the World, that was what it was originally called, and what the original idea was. It wasn't always going to be. Well, I didn't think it took long to get there because Walt had a fascination with miniatures. We all know that. But it wasn't always going to be this Storybook Land. It was Canal Boats of the World. And I can't think of why he thought that would be a good idea, because I'm pretty sure nobody ever said, hey, let's make a list of the canal boats of the world. I mean, what does that even look like?
Hey, how are you doing this?
But one of the stories that I do know about Walt is that, hey, what's up? is that Walt did have to go through, while on vacation at some point, the Panama Canal. And I remember reading that he was particularly fascinated with that, the whole process. Because I don't know if you ever have seen how a canal works. It's really fascinating. It's kind of neat how a boat can go through land like that. It can just dissect a landmass. But anyway, I guess that's what inspired him to do that. Other than that, I can't think of why he would want to do that. But here we go. We've reached the end of our journey through Storybook Land on Casey Jr. I hope you guys enjoyed. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out our Secrets in History videos, or maybe our ride-throughs, or you can just watch all of our weekly trip reports and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. It truly is the best of Disney Baked Fresh Daily. Oh, and don't forget, you can support Fresh Baked through our Patreon campaign, link below. Thanks again for watching, everybody. Fresh Baked!